Now to a story a lot of you are reading on ABC13.com.
Documents obtained only by 13 Investigates after a lengthy public information battle are revealing more about the suspended cases scandal that rocked the Houston Police Department. At the top of the hour, our Liliana Pearson detailed what those documents show. They confirm the code was known about and used prolifically starting in 2016. One lieutenant says he was not told to stop using it until last year, contradicting former police chief Troy Finner, maintaining he ordered the code to stop being used in 2021. Finner retired in the fallout of the scandal.
13 Investigates requested these documents in April 2024, shortly after the scandal came to light.
But HPD only released them last night, this after being forced to do so by the Texas Attorney General. Liliana Pearson is here again, breaking down more of this. Liliana, we routinely receive and file, I should say, what are called open records requests to get information to the public, and this one started off at least pretty standard.
Yeah, it absolutely did. It was our investigative producer, Sarah Rafiq. She put in the request in April of last year, asking for statements made by commanders and lieutenants about their knowledge of the case during the department's internal investigation. HPD sent our request to the Attorney General because they didn't want to release it. That part, that's pretty standard. What's not standard is when the AG said that they had to release it, HPD asked them to change their mind.
Well, this not only goes against open records law, but it's unprecedented for a public entity to do.
Yeah, Sarah actually told us that in her 10 years of working here in Texas, that she's never had an agency ask the AG to change their mind. In fact, the AG told HPD that they weren't allowed to ask that because it violates the Texas public records law. Today, I asked for an interview with the HPD police chief, Noe Diaz, but an HPD spokesperson told me that this was standard, which it absolutely is not, and that the chief would not be answering our questions.
And last one here, Liliana. It took us forever, frankly, to get the documents. Now that we do have them, what did we learn?
Well, really a lot of what's in there is information that we already know, which kind of makes this legal fight even stranger. It says that the code was invented in 2016, that people were trained to use it, and that it was used a lot. Where things start to get a little murkier is where they try to pin down an exact date of when people were instructed to stop using the code, who shared that information, and how. Erica?
All right, Liliana, thank you for that in-depth reporting.